So I'm just going to read some poems. We'll start with one which is called San Ignacio Lagoon. I was lucky enough 4 years ago to go with Jane to San Ignacio Lagoon. San Ignacio Lagoon, it's in Mexico, in Baja California, the sort of prong of land that comes down from California. A long lagoon, about 20 miles long, and a place where probably for thousands of years grey whales have come to breed. And you can go there, it's a remote spot, you can stay in fairly Spartan accommodation, but be taken out in wooden boats called pangas to be with the whales. And so, you know, you'd be with a lot of whales, and they genuinely, not only do they not seem to mind, but they seem to welcome your presence. They come over to the boat, they often stay by the boat, they'll let you touch them, even kiss them. So it was very, very moving experience. So adult whales would be maybe 50 foot long, 50 tons in weight, and yet you're sort of right next to them. So in this poem, I suppose I was trying to see how close I might get to one in words. Very sort of wary of doing that, being very cautious about it as well in the poem, trying not to get carried away. So this is San Ignacio Lagoon. We can't, it seems, leave each other alone. Over an hour, she brings her great body to bear around the small boat. Quick as a lizard, dives, disappears, resurfaces right beside us. In her own way, playing like a kitten. Likeness, our reflex, not like anything. Each barnacle, the sea lice, patches of silver, an odd, familiar, vestigial bristle. On her back, at a right angle to the panga, she displays her pregnant belly. To the sun, to the sky, to us, she declares with pride, "Behold, I am with child." No doubt about it. Who knows? Like a huge and heavy dove. Like again, still. Just under the water, her eye, a wise and wrinkled fold, appears to study us in our element as our eyes look down into hers. Steady on. And yet, a sense that she's smiling. The tip of her mouth in the air as if in a smile open. Who can say? A smile shared between us. That's how we feel. We feel the length and depth of our loneliness. She lets me touch her belly, the softness of her skin, a softness unlike anything. I'm 67 years old. I haven't died too young. It took 4 days to reach this place, and I will never leave. Salt water runs through my fingers. I understand ever less. I'm 67 years old. Stars run through my hair. Thank you. It's great to sort of be here, you know, with all the lockdowns over. Obviously COVID hasn't gone, but it's great to be in a room with so many people. If you remember at the start of the kind of original lockdown, March 2020, there was a period after it started of very, very fine weather. And I found, you know, sort of emailing people, that there was a strange kind of mix of excitement and fear going round, and a kind of intensity to everything for a while anyway. It was a great time for poetry, I was being sent so many poems that I remember, you know, on Gmail you have these sort of automatic responses like thank you that you can just press, and I found that my top automatic response was beautiful poem, so I could get an angry letter from a bank manager say and just press beautiful poem. It was a time, it was March and then into April, when I was expecting the swallows to come back to our fuel shed, which they have done for over 40 years, and they were very, very late coming. And I began to worry that they weren't going to come, and I also began to think, well, you know, quite possibly there will be a time in the future when they simply won't come because their numbers are diminishing. So I suppose this poem is like a prayer, really, called More Than Ever. Now, more than ever, swallow, is the time to come, up the river and over the field. Now, rook, the time to know your ramshackle basket of twig holds its fragile trove. Blackcap, this moment more than ever, we need your hidden delivery, sudden mad burst of song. Gorse, your rich and delicate perfume. Dandelion, your cloth of gold. Thrush, do not fail us now. Sling your fervent prayer into the wind, into the driving rain. Primrose, please, keep sketching your soft circles. Above a still lake of bluebell, unfurl, beech tree, your tender leaf. More than ever, moon, your shining example. More than ever, pebble, your patience. Thank you very much. I'll just finish with a very short poem called Somewhere. Somewhere on earth, it is always first light. Somewhere, birds are starting to sing. The world is washed each day by hands of light and song, as if we did no wrong. Thanks very much.